Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise I've been on holiday for the last week. So I owe apologies actually to anybody who's asked for birthdays or announcements over the last few days. I may well have been late with them. I'm going to try and put that right over the next few days, so bear with me while I do that. But how lovely for me to be back and solving. I have not solved a Sudoku puzzle for a week. Can you believe it? No, and Mark even took up the reins on the crossword video last Friday, so I have had a proper break. I was in Portugal, and it was fabulous. It was fabulous. But I'm delighted to be back, and I'm delighted to be having a go at the 6th in a series of puzzles that have been so popular on the channel. This is called Unique Under the Fog 6.0. It's by Visumation, and I thought this would be a very good day to do this puzzle because it is Visumation's birthday. Visumation, who I think's real name is Casper. Casper, I know it's your birthday because your girlfriend Inga Lucia wrote to me and said happy birthday, but also wondered whether or not it might be possible to do one of your puzzles in the video today. And it is. These puzzles are fabulous. I think I want to say we've done at least 4 of the series. And I found this one on Logic Masters Germany, and one of the comments was something like, if Visumation makes Unique Under the Fog 100.0, I'll be there for that. Well, this is 6.0, so this is the 6th of the series, and you can see we've got fog. I don't know if it's dynamic fog, actually. I didn't get that far down the instructions. It is dynamic. It is dynamic fog today. So this is what we're going to have a go at. It's only got 2 stars out of 5 difficulty. One of my favourite new constraints, which is the idea that you can't repeat a digit within a constraint. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. We'll go through it all slowly in a moment or two's time when we read the rules together. But before we do that, let me update you on some various things that have been going on while I've been away. The most important of which is that yesterday, on the channel, we have started a brand new competition over on Patreon, themed on Back to the Future by none other than Blobz. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, here we go. So this is it. You can see puzzle pack by Blobz, themed on one of the best movies of all time. Lots of puzzles you can see there. I'll give you a little bit of a preview. I better not go too much further, but amperage overload. Absolutely stupendous stuff. Now, I also, because I turn my computer back on, I got the league table up here, and you can see. I'll refresh this in a moment, but this is since yesterday at 4 p.m. We've got 745 solves of the first puzzle. That's incredible, isn't it? 42 people have solved all of them already, which is ridiculous. Let me just see if that's changed much since I loaded this up an hour or so ago. It probably won't have changed. Oh, it might be broken. So what was it? 745. Oh, it's having a good long think, isn't it? It's my internet down. Oh, 785. No, so it's gone up by 40. In about an hour. Fantastic. And 51 have already solved the whole thing. Now, I know that we owe you the winner of last month's competition, but because I've been away, I don't think Mark's drawn the winner yet. So I'll announce that in the coming days as well. The other thing I will mention is that over on Patreon, I did release this series of videos in which I solve this incredible listener crossword puzzle called Listen by Eck, which is reckoned to be one of the hardest for the last 2 or 3 decades. It's 7 videos in all. And I've been astonished by some of the feedback. Some people are claiming it's the best thing they've ever seen on YouTube. I don't know why at all. But if you do have an interest in cryptic crosswords, you must get into the listener crossword, and maybe that video might be a gateway to that. So anyway, that's just to mention. That's over on Patreon right now. Other things to mention: Mark and I are going to be in Stratford upon Avon doing a live edition of Cracking the Cryptic on November the 2nd. There are still tickets available, but they are selling quickly. Apps I'll do a different day. Oh yeah, now I was going to, if it's all right, while I was away and not solving Sudoku, I did read a lot, and I managed to get hold of a New York Times in the airport, and I quite like the New York Times. I mean, the puzzle section's not bad, but I enjoy the crossword, but I actually found myself reading it, and there was an article that has stayed with me for the week, and I thought I would share its theme with you guys, because it struck me as sort of quite worthy in a way. So the article was called "Why You Should Send Thank You Notes Even Years Later," and it was by somebody called Glenn Cramon. And apologies, I don't know Glenn. I didn't know of Glenn Cramon before I read the article. But the article commences with this paragraph: "Your assignment today. Write a note of gratitude to someone to whom your thanks are overdue. It might be a school teacher, a relative, a former colleague or boss, or someone who did you a huge favour." And the whole theme of it is how much sort of psychic benefit this sort of activity throws out into the world. And I totally and utterly get that. I think it's a really, really interesting idea. And Glenn goes on to sort of give examples of people who've received these notes and the sort of uplift in feeling it has caused. And it, for teachers, for example, it can make them feel it's all worthwhile. And it's got me thinking about who I should write to. Glenn suggests at the end of the article you should write one of these notes every day, and I wish I'd managed to achieve that. I have not, but I have sent a couple, and it did strike me as just it's a very easy thing to do. It'll take 5 minutes to think about. I think most of us know instinctively, it could be a music teacher or, I don't know, somebody who commanded you in the military or something like that. It could be, but we'd all instinctively gravitate towards a name and then think, okay, did I thank them at the time? Do they know how much that meant to me? Anyway, it's just food for thought. But I thought it was quite profound. So Glenn, I enjoyed your article. You'll never see this, but anyway, I did. What else? I've got to catch up on my birthdays. So here we go. We're going to trot through these. Amit, you turned a secret age. What could that be? On October? On August, I will be late. August the 25th. And you claim that your kids might think you're cool if you got a shout out. I have to confess, Amit, there has never been a moment in anybody's life where anything I have said or done has made them cool. So it's not going to happen. But happy birthday, my friend. I hope it was a great birthday. I hope you had chocolate cake, of course. Next, on August the 28th, it was Chris's birthday. And I know this because Chris's wife, Dawn, wrote to us. And I think Chris got into the channel first, but then has converted Dawn. Well done, Chris. And the two of you now enjoy solving together, especially at weekends. So, well, thank you for following us. Chris, I hope it was a great day. Now, the birthday latenesses are not in order. They are in the order of the emails we received to ask us to do it, but they're not in order. So, if I miss your birthday now because I go on to an October the 30th birthday, for example, that doesn't mean I'm not going to say happy birthday to you, either in this video or in a forthcoming video. But we'll go on to Isabella, who turned 22 on the 30th of August. And I know this is Isabella because your best friend Luke wrote to us and told us that apparently the two of you compete to see who can solve the puzzles the best or the fastest. And I believe I got your age wrong in your birthday announcement last year. I'm sorry about that. I think 22 is correct this year. I may have said you were 18 last year. Oops. I know that Luke is incredibly happy that you are back home. So, Isabella, I hope it was a good birthday. And I really hope that does say Isabella and not Isabel. Oh, that's bad. That's too bad. Do I have to check it? Where's my phone? I can't check it. Oh, my phone's over here. I can check it on my phone, and I'm going to just quickly do that because I would feel bad. Isabella. I think it's Isabella. Unless I've got it wrong twice, it's Isabella. Next, Joe. your wife Becky wrote to us on behalf of her and your baby Charlie to wish you happy birthday for August the 31st. I'm not that late with this one. I think I've got a picture actually. Oh, whoa. No. Where? No, I have. Oh, although it's not in the right place quite. But there we go. How do I do that? I think you can see. I think it's there, isn't it? There's Joe and Charlie and Joe. Well, anyway, I hope it was a great birthday. Next, Ryan, your friend Elena wrote to me not about your birthday, but I believe you started a new job on Monday the 25th of August, so I'm a bit late again. And it was your first, you were starting as a teacher. It was starting your first year of teaching. Elena said that you're one of the kindest, most intelligent and warm-hearted people, and she knows you are going to be amazing and the kids are going to love you. So Ryan, I hope it went well. I'm sure it did, and I hope it was a good excuse for cake. And then finally, I'm so sorry I'm late with this one, Zoe over there in Atlanta, Georgia, you turned 9 on August the 27th. And I know this because your mum Simone wrote to us and told me remarkably that you have been into Sudokus for 2 years and you're 9 years old. That is extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. So Zoe, well done. Keep going with this. You don't know where it could take you, but you're clearly a very bright young lady. And I know that you had chocolate and vanilla cupcakes and ice cream for your birthday, so I fully approve of that. Many happy returns. Now, long introduction, forgive me for that. Let's have a look at Unique Under the Fog 6.0 by Visumation. The rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rule supply. So I've got to put the digits 1 to 9, once each in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. I remember that. Black numbers with an arrow outside the grid are little killer clues and indicate the sum of the digits on the diagonal pointed to. Right, so those 3 digits sum up to 10. Those 3 to 12, those to 15. Red numbers outside the grid are X sums clues and indicate the sum of the first X digits in that row or column, where X is the first digit in that row or column. So, if this, I don't want to write it in case it turns out to be correct. Oh, that's weird. I'm sure I pressed that. Because if it might clear the fog if it's correct, and I don't deserve that. So, but if that's a 5, what does it mean? It means that we have to make those digits there sum up. So the 5 is saying take the first 5 cells in the column and add those up to 19. So if this was 4, like that, it would be the first 4 digits. If it was 3, I was just checking, it could be 3, I think it can. If it was 3, then these 3 digits would add up to 19. And I'll leave it as an exercise for the reader to work out why 6 couldn't go in this cell, and neither could 2 or 1. Anyway, let's move on. That's how X sums work. Digits on a purple Renban line form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits. RB. Oh, okay, so the line's probably labelled. So what does that mean? If that's a line, and this was a 1, then this would have to contain 1, 2, and 3 in order to be consecutive. All Renban lines are exactly 3 cells long. I knew I'd read that before I turned on the webcam, so that we've got 3 cell Renban lines in this puzzle. Next, neighbouring digits on a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. GW. Okay, so let's draw a German whispers line in. If this digit was a 1, then this digit has to be at least 6 in order to be sufficiently different from the digit 1. So 6, 7, 8 or 9 would work there. And then if this was 7, 8 or 9, this would have to be 1, 2, 3 or 4 in order to be sufficiently different again from the 7, 8 or 9. And let me just check this. Yeah, there's no stipulation about how long a German whispers line can be. It can be any length. Box borders divide blue region sum lines into segments with the same sum, RS. So if this was, let's draw a region sum possible. Oh no, that's terrible. That doesn't work. I just realised that doesn't work. Let's do that. That might work. Yeah, that might work. Okay. So you can see this is a blue line, and the 3x3 box borders divide the line into segments. Let's highlight each segment. And what we're told is that each of these segments has the same sum. We don't know what that sum is. We're going to have to work it out. But let's say, could it be 10? No, because that could be 10. Oh dear, my brain isn't working at all, is it? Let's say that was an 8. Then these could add up to 8, these could add up to 8, and those could add up to 8. That might be possible, I don't know. But that's, in theory at least, how region sum lines work. And then it's just this no repeating rule. So each constraint type may contain no repeated digits anywhere in the puzzle. Oh, actually, so my region sum line wouldn't work. You couldn't possibly, because however many digits were on that line, it wouldn't have worked, I can assure you. E.g., if one Renban line contains a 5, no other Renban line may contain a 5. Additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog, and placing a correct digit may clear the fog somewhere in the grid. So this fog is dynamic. So say we got this digit. There are two types of fog in Sudoku. There's the type of fog that if you got this digit would clear not only this cell's fog but the cells around the cell you'd got. That's conventional fog of war. But this puzzle, if you got this cell, it doesn't actually even say that this cell will be cleared, so it might clear the fog from there. But this will allow, or have allowed, Visumation to really structure the solve. So we're only going to really, we're going to be given very specific points of the puzzle to focus on. These puzzles are great though, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I can actually see how to start this, I think, even though I've got holiday brain, because those 3 digits and those 3 digits, they're both the same type of constraints. They're little killer constraints. So those digits can't repeat, and there are 6 of them, and yet they have to add up to 22. And there's only one way to do that, I think. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. And I mean, one way to see that is to think about what the triangular number for 6 is. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. So there's only one degree of freedom. And if you experiment, you'll find that the only way of making 22 then is to increase the highest digit, which was the 6, by exactly 1. And that is literally the only way you can make that total work. If you've ever done a lot of Kukuru puzzles, you'll know why. Okay, and now I see what to do here, because now I've got a 15 diagonal. Now that could have been 7, 8, but it can't anymore, because 7's been used on these diagonals. So that has to be 6, 9. Now, well, that's okay. So do I know the order of this? No, that could be 7, 1, 2, couldn't it? Or various other things, or it could be 5, 1, 4, or 5, 2, 3. Okay, so alright, well, let's think about the X sums clues then, which again have to be, well, okay, here's one point. I was going to say those 2 digits have to be different. Well, that's obviously true, but it's much more profound than that, isn't it? Because actually we can't, whatever's in this clue here can't be in that clue there at all. So I'm almost wondering whether this is going to be to do with the secret. Let's actually just work out, well, is it just 3, 4, 5 here? I think it is, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, okay. Right, let me think this through then. So what I'm thinking is to make 19, You can't make 19 in only 2 cells, because if this is a 2, that has to be a 17. You could make it work with a 3 there if these 2 digits added up to 16 and were 7 and 9, and that is possible in both positions. 4 would obviously work, 5 would obviously work, but 6 would not work because we've already talked about it. The triangular number for 6, if this was a 6, the minimum that those 6 digits could be would be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, which add to 21. 21 is more than 19, so there is a knowledge bomb. That doesn't work. So these 2 digits are, well, they're from 3, 4, 5, but they can't repeat. Now one of them has to be a 3. Why do I say that? Well, let's imagine that neither of these was a 3. Then we know they would be a 4-5 pair. But now I know the puzzle is broken because of a secret that I share with only my very favourite people. And if you're watching this video, of course you're one of my favourite people. So I'm going to tell you the secret. The secret of Sudoku is that the 9 different Sudoku digits sum to 45. Now, given that we can't repeat a digit within a constraint, if this was a 4-5 pair, let's say this was 4 and this was 5, so how should we do? Then those digits and those digits would all be different, and they would sum to 45. But 19 plus 19 is 38, so that's definitely not what's going on here. So definitely, I don't really know how to show this, but it's certainly true to say that one of these is a 3. That is definitely true. And whichever one is a 3 is going to have quite a profound effect on its total. I'm wondering though, maybe what I'm supposed to do is, is it possible that this 3-cell total doesn't involve a 7? I'm going to say no. That must involve a 7, mustn't it? Because if it doesn't, how do you make 12 from the available digits? It would have to be 3, 4, 5, and then the X sums clue couldn't work. So there is a 7 here, along with 2 digits that add up to 5, but that could be 2, 3, or 1, 4. But now there is no 7 here, so there must be a 5 here. So this is not a 5. Which, oh, that does mean that could be a 5. Oh, hang on. So this is 3 or 4. So if that was... Oh, no, that's lovely. Okay, Visumation, I understand. Right, I've got it. So now what we can say is that this is not a 3. We know one of these is a 3 because of the secret, but it's not this one. Because if this is 3, those two have to add up to 16. And now they can't because the 7's been hypothecated to box 7. So this is a 4, actually. Yes. Oh, okay. And there's something that's emerged on the spot. That is a 3. Which, oh, that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing inspiration. I almost forgot to sing. That's how out of practice I am. Now, these two have to add up to 16. So they have to be 7 and 9. And that's going to allow us to tidy up there. We can't have any 5s down here because the 5's on that one. Oh, and now this can't be 2, 3. So this is 1, 4. So there's no 1s and no 4s up here. And 2, 3 and 5 do add up to 10. So the world does make sense. But what have we got here? Well, okay. We know those add up to 19. We know those add up to 19. We've got a Renban here. But that could have, well, I mean, we can see from the line it's going there, isn't it? We don't know where it's going after that. But I don't really see how we limit this digit at all. It could be any of two. It could be 2, 3 or 5 very naturally. If it's 2, then the line would either go there or there in order for a 3 to appear on the line because we'd need a consecutive sequence. Oh, hang on. No, it's going to be down here. It's Sudoku, isn't it? 9, 6. Ah, no, it's not. It's not Sudoku at all. Okay, so what do we do then? That can't be a 3 because 3's already appeared in red in this X sums clue. And we know, yeah, okay. So we know that these 7 digits sum up to 38, don't we? Now we know if there were 9 digits in red, they would sum to 45 because of the secret. Now here we've got 7 digits in red summing to 38. So the 2 digits that are missing from red add up to 7, and they're not 2, 5, are they? So this digit has to be a 2 or a 5 because this one can't be. Yeah, I don't know if I've expressed that very clearly, but the way I'm seeing it is that the 2 digits that are missing from red are either 1, 6, 3, 4 or 2, 5 because they have to add up to 7, and that's the 3 ways we can do it. Now they're not 3, 4, they're not 2, 5, so they are 1, 6. That might be a better way of doing it. So this is 2 or 5, and in fact that digit therefore has to be 8 in order for the maths to work, and that didn't clear the fog. I don't believe it. Wow. Okay, I was sure that was going to clear fog. Sorry. Okay, so what do I do here then? No, what I was about to say won't work. Maybe Sudoku? That's a slightly desperate thought. But maybe Sudoku? Or is it this Renban line somehow? Oh, 9 is in one of those cells. Let's have a quick look at this column. 1, 3, 6, 7 is what we're looking to place in the column, and 6 obviously can't go in either of those cells. Oh, sorry, right, this is naked. That's clever. Yeah, okay. So this corner digit here is a 1. It's the only thing it can be. Now hopefully this will clear fog. Yes. Right, that's huge. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, this is beautiful. So let's have a look down here. We've got a 1 on a 3-cell Renban. So what's on that Renban? Well, this has certainly got to be a 2, or it's got to be a 1, 2, 3 triple. But let's revert up here. This Renban therefore hasn't got 1, 2 or 3 on it, so that's got to be 5. And we can see where it's going next. So it hasn't got 1, 2, 3 on it, so it is 4, 5, 6, and it's got to go there. Oh, okay. This 5 is good. 2, 5, 3. And now we might be able to cook with gas. Let's just think this through. We've got 1, 7, 9 to place in box 3. I know that this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. But this could be a 3, so it might be about placing 2 in the box, which, I mean, it couldn't go there, but that could go in any of 4 places. I mean, I was just thinking, if this is a 2, then I've got to place 3, and I'd have to put the 3 into row 7. But actually, that wouldn't do very much anyway. Okay, so perhaps that's not... Oh, I've got something different. I've just spotted something else. Okay, I'm jumping around a bit. But I've got a German whispers line here that has got a 3 on it, and it's a peculiar form of German whispers line because it's a circle. Now we've got to be very careful with this there, because let's think about some of the secrets of German whispers. Secret number 1. Does it have 5 on it? No, because if we put 5, I can make that a large 5 because it can't be right. This digit here would have to be 5 different at least. So if we go down, we get to 0. If we go up, we get to 10. Anything more extreme than that is even more bonkers. So that doesn't work. But because this is a ring, we have more of a problem with things like 4 as well. Because 4 only has one Sudoku digit that's 5 different from it. and that's the digit 9. So if I was to make this 4, both of these have to be 9. That won't work. Same is true of 6. Both of these will have to be 1. So the digits, the only digits really, I mean, if we're going to go a bit crazy, we could do that. The only digits that we can possibly put on this German whispers line are from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But Sudoku is telling us there is a 3 on here. And 3... It's so good. It's so good. 3 only partners up with 8 and 9. And this gives us the so-called polarity of the whisper, because what would happen if either of those digits was 3? Well, if either of these was 3, this digit would be an 8 or a 9 in order to be sufficiently different from 3, and yet it can be neither. So the 3 is going to go in one of those two positions. And because if we think about how German whispers must work, once one of these is a 3, these two have to be 8 and 9. And in fact, we know the order. So that's 9, that's 8. Now these digits have to be, one of them is a 3, the other will have to be sufficiently different from 8, actually, because 8 is the lowest of these, so it's providing more of a constraint than the 9 is. The 9 is just saying these have to be from 1, 2, 3 and 4. The 8 is saying they actually have to be from 1, 2 and 3, because of 4 is too close to 8, isn't it? It's only 4 different, so this can't be 2. And we're going to get stuck, are we? Oh, that's... Oh, no. All right, now we'll change tack again, and we'll do Sudoku. 4 is in one of those two cells, so that's got to be 4. Let's press space bar enough times. Oh, that's done. Hang on, what's that doing? Right, that is getting rid of some things. So these two cells are both revealed. Now, that digit's going to be interesting, isn't it? I think it is, because this digit is definitely on a green line. We can't see where the green line's going, but we know we've already had 3 on a green line. So this is 6 or 7. This digit has to be at least 5 different, so that's got to be 1 or 2. And now I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple on the green lines that we can see. But... oh, right. I was wondering why this had been revealed, but I do see why. Yeah, this line here is a 1, 2, 3 triple. This is the second cell of it. So the third cell of it is not this one now, it's one of these. But that means this digit can't be 1, 2 or 3, so that's got to be 7. That's 6 now, that's going to be big. So that's 3. 6 can only go next to a 1 on a whisper. This is a 1. Oh, this is a 1 by Sudoku. Ah, dear. Oopsie, made a bit of a chromatic shank, if such a thing exists. This digit is now 7. It's got to be at least 5 different from 1, and it can't be 6, 9, or 8. So that is 7. Whoops, it would be if I could type. Now, 1 can't repeat on the whisper, so that's 3, that's 2. We've got a region sum line that's been revealed, so we're going to think about that in a moment, but let's just ponder the world and see if we can... Oh, I can't immediately see how to do the Sudoku I'm looking to do. 9 is in one of those two cells in box 6. 5, no. Right. I can get a 2 here. Actually, a 2 there is quite good. Right, let's look at this. So the region sum line, using the principles that we learned before, we know these 3 digits add up to that digit, because that's how the segments will have equal value. Now, a 3-cell sequence, these 3 digits must include at least 2 low digits, because imagine they didn't. Imagine they only included 1 low digit. Well, let's make that low digit as low as we can. Let's make it the digit 1. What would the other 2 digits then be? The minimum they could be would be 4 and 5. And 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10. And I cannot write 10 into this cell. So there must be 2 low digits in purple, but there is no 3. So this must have 1 and 2 on it. It must do. And that is not a 1. But that does mean that this cell here is a 2, I think. And that makes that cell a 3. And now we can see that line is bending upwards. So that cell's a 2. What do we need to put in there? 5, 6, 8. Let's fully pencil mark that. It's a little bit of a luxury, but let's do it. This can't be... I was going to say it can't be 6 because it can't be 1, 2, 3, but it can't be 6 by Sudoku anyway. So this is 7, 8, or 9. And... Well, do we know which? Yeah, we do actually. Sudoku tells us which, doesn't it? Because there's a 4 on this sequence. So it is actually 1, 2, 4. I probably could have done that in a more straightforward way, but that's certainly true. 1, 2, 4. Now, so this is a 1, is what that means, which is... It felt like it might be useful, but then it wasn't. 5, 6, 8. So this digit is 5 or 6 at the top of column 3, just by Sudoku. It's the same as these 2 digits are the same. And 7 is in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. I could do with finding another Renban line, couldn't I? Because I've had 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, so I know that would be a 7, 8, 9 triple. Have I used all the clues that I've been given? I mean, it's probably, knowing me, it's going to be Sudoku that I'm overlooking at this point. Oh, well, I was going to say that can't be a 1. That is true, but it doesn't seem to resolve it. What are those 2 digits? They are 4 and 8, I think. So these 2 digits are 2 and 9. Sort of feel like that should be resolved, but I can't see how it helps. And these digits are 4, 5, 8. And that's not a 4, therefore. Oh dear. This is not... I'm feeling like I'm missing something very, very obvious here. Because you can't... The thing is about this puzzle, as with all fog puzzles, there's really not many places you can look. It's not 9, is it? No, 9's got to be in one of those 3 positions, I think, in box 4. 1's got to be in one of those positions. Can I do anything more with... I can only see 1 region some lines, so I don't think I can do anything with that. Is it Sudoku somewhere? 3, 4, 6, 7. No, I don't think it is. I think that's 4, 6, or 7. Right. Right, Visumation. What have you done here? Thing is, there is so little. There's so little office or sort of grid furniture in the central 3 columns, isn't it? I mean, there's almost nothing. It feels very underpowered. Can I do... No, I can't see anything. All right, so I've got to think harder. Or it's not whispers, is it? So the only digits left that we haven't put on whispers are 4 and 5. So there are no more German whispers in the puzzle, unless it was a German whispers dot, which is a bit of a silly thing. So I think we're done on whispers. Golly, I can't see this. Why have I got 7s pencil marked there? That's in that row. There's a 7 in one of those. That's a bit more sensible. 2, 4, 5, 8 in the bottom row here. So there is a 2 in one of these, but that's not helpful. There's 7 in one of these, 3 in one of these. 8. Oh, 8 in one of those. I wonder. Oh, hang on. What did I do there? I did whatever it was. I didn't mean to do it. Is that useful? Don't think so. 7 in one. Oh, 7. Where's 7 in this box? That's ridiculous, Simon. 7 is up here. That's so lame. So 7 is here, and this should. Yay. Okay, there we go. There we go. I was just being a bit. I'm in holiday mode still. Forgive me. Okay, so we've now got another blue line. Let's. It's going there. It's going there. It might be going further, so we've got to be a bit careful. But we can't have on this line 1, 2, 4, or 7. So the only digits that you can put on this line are 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So these digits, they can't be, by Sudoku, they can't be 3, 6, or 8. So they are 5 and 9. There's literally no other option from a Sudoku perspective. So these are not 5 and 9. This segment adds up to 14. So this segment, wherever it goes, needs to add to 14. Well, I think that means it has to stop. Because if it went any further, what digits have we not put on? We've got 4 there. Yeah, if it went any further, let's say it went to here, then these would be the digits 3, 6, and 8, and they would add up to 17, and that's not going to work. So there's no way this can extend. And therefore these 2 digits have to add up to 14, and they have to be 6 and 8. And now this is a 4. This is an 8. That is not an 8 anymore. This is 5, 9. So this is 9. This is 7. This is not 7 anymore. In the row, we haven't had 1 and 4, have we? So we have to put 1 there. That has to be 4. And that's probably helpful. This cannot be 6. Let's make sure we type in the right thing. Oh, actually, or 5. That's got to be a 3. Oh, my space bar seems to be jumping a bit. That's a bit weird. I can't have keyboard problems again, can I? That would be distressing in the extreme. That can't be a 4. I had keyboard issues a while back. Right, where's 1 in row 4? Not there, not there, it's here. Yeah, it is jumping actually. That's very strange. This is a 2 or a 9. And oh, where's 2 in row 4? We can just we can just continue that logic, I think. Where's 6 in box 4? There. 6, 5, 8. This is now a 6. 5, 8, so this is a 6 from the logic we did earlier, which means these squares here are 5, which we know, 5 in the corner, 7 goes there, and this digit cannot be a 1. Oh yeah, it's jumping over the sort of second option down. I don't know why it should do that, but it seems to want to do it. I've got a 5, 8 pair in row 8 there. Oh, is this a 1, 7 pair? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right, so we know this digit because I've got a 1, 7 pair somehow in row 8. So the digit we've not put in is 6, and it has to go there. Woo! Oh, now that is good news because that is a Ren. Oh, it's lovely. That's a Renban. We know that any Renban that we were going to find had to contain 7, 8, and 9, and 7 and 8 are there. So that is 9. This has to be an 8. Because it has to be 7 or 8, and it sees that one. Now that has to be 7, that has to be 1, that's 9, that's 5, that's 8, that's 6. Okay, that's 6 by Sudoku. That's just using all of the 6s in the grid. 7 goes here by Sudoku. These two squares are a 3-4 pair. That might not be resolved, unfortunately. But these two digits are 2 and 8, which is resolved. 8, 2. 2 goes all the way down there. Yeah, it's jumping my one of the particular buttons. I don't know why. 8, where's 8 in the bottom row? It's got to go here. 8, 5, 4 can go in. These digits are a 4-5 pair. That, weirdly, that doesn't look resolved, but I sort of feel like it should be. 9 goes there, 3 goes there, 8 goes here, 5 goes here. Oh, the 9 here is doing things, isn't it? 9, 2, 2, 4. This is a 3-4 pair, so that's 3, that's 4, that's 3, that's 4. Are we there? I think we're there. 5, 1. Boom! We've done it. Okay, so it got easier towards the end, but I mean that's the way it should work with a constraints-based puzzle. It's just brilliant, isn't it? Happy birthday, Visumation. Thank you for giving me a great deal of pleasure on your birthday, which feels like the wrong way round. I should be writing you a thank you note. I love that. I think the beginning was really cool with the X sums and how they interacted with the little killer clues. And yeah, it was just all extreme. The 3 on there was really beautiful as well, and the way that unwound. Very, very nice workout. A very nice way to get back from my holiday. Thanks to Visumation. Thank you if you're still watching. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.